Hey guys, so today's look is going to be this fall inspired look. The other day I saw Amanda Ensing do like a fall tutorial, and when I saw her do that I whipped out one of my favorite palettes. It's like my Warm Brights palette from MAC, and I made this myself. I'll make sure I list all the colors down below, but it made me really want to use this palette and but I wanted to go in with more of the orangey and the deep ones. I didn't want to go so bright with the middle row. I wanted to still keep it like nice and warm and sort of like a traditional fall look, even though this is probably not very traditional, but you know, sort of with like traditional fall colors. So I went with mostly matte and then popped a little bit of like shimmery colors in the inner corner. Some lashes, you know, as usual. And then for my lips, I am going to show you 3 different lip colors. These are the Dose of Colors DESI and KATY collection. I got 3 of the 4. I didn't get more Creamer Please because it was sold out, but I wouldn't have gotten it anyway because I think it was going to be a little too like dark orangey brown on me, and I don't think it would have fit me very well. But I got the 2 liquid lipsticks and the regular lipstick, the no shade color. So at the end, I'm going to show you lipstick on my teeth. I'm going to show you all 3 of those, and then I'm also going to show you or talk about each one of them and kind of give like a quick review of each of them. So yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As you can see, I did cut my hair off and I'm so happy about it. It was one of those things where like it was time, my hair was getting crusty, and I really love how it turned out, and I feel kind of free and new and fresh. I really like it. So yeah, that's kind of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to see how I got the look, then please keep on watching.
Okay guys, so my eyes are already primed. Now I'm going in with this concealer from MAC, and I'm just using this as a base under my eyebrow just to brighten up that area and to even out the skin tone on my eyelid. I prefer to do this as opposed to putting like a powder because I like more of a tacky finish to make sure the shadows really stick. So then I took the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the color Sauvage, and I put that just kind of in my outer corner, and now I'm taking this Morphe brush and sort of blending it in. I just want the edges to be kind of blended out, but I still want most of the color to be focused right there in the outer corner of the eye, and then just softened kind of everywhere else. So now I'm going into my Beautiful Brights warm palette, and I'm taking the color Up at Dawn, which was that top corner color. And this is like a soft orange satin. I find that I can really use this as a transition color really easily because even though it's a satin, it's not really shimmery. It looks more matte when you put it on. So I'm just blending that over my crease. And then my palette's going to fall apart because I forgot to put magnets on some of these. And I'm going in with the color Newsflash, which is the other upper corner. And I'm going to start putting that in my crease a little deeper with the MAC 217. This is more of like a very, very bright neon red orange, and I just kind of blended that over the crease area, and then I kept going back with it to really build it up because I wanted that to be very vibrant. But at this point I felt the look was starting to look too like pinky red, and I wanted that warmness to it, so I went in with this color, which is Goldenrod from MAC. It's been discontinued, but you can use kind of any yellow that you have that's a little bit more of like an orangey yellow. And I took that and really blended that around the edges of everything just to add that hit of like super warm color around the edge. So then I'm going with the color I'm Into It, which is this bottom corner. And this is like the most amazing, like deep reddish brown. It's awesome. And so I'm packing that on the outer corner. And I'm kind of going over that base, and having that base down just makes this stand out even more, and it will give it a little bit more of a red undertone, which is what I was going for. And then basically I'm going to start kind of blending it out a little bit and dragging it into the crease a little bit because I want the color really focused in the outer corner, but I still wanted some depth in the crease a little bit. I'm then going in with this red shimmery color. I can't recall the name of this color off the top of my head. I think it's Ruddy. Actually, yes, it is Ruddy. And this is another shadow from MAC, and I just kind of packed that on the lid. And then I'm going with this one, which I definitely cannot remember the name of this one, but they'll all be down below. More of like a orangey shimmer color. And I pat that on first, dry, just to get the color down. And then I used my NYX setting spray to wet my brush and went right back over top of it with the same color, but now you can see it's a little more intense and metallic because it's wet, because I just wanted a little bit more of a pop there in the inner corner with that. I'm putting on some mascara. I've really liked this mascara a lot, the L'Oreal one I got. And then I'm putting on these Miss Dolly lashes from Esqido. And then after that, I'm going to clean up the edge of the eye using that same concealer I used in the beginning. And then using this little brush that I also used in the beginning, which is from Sigma. And just kind of blending that in. After I applied the concealer like this, I did go back with my eyeshadow blending brushes just to blend out the edge so it wasn't too crazy harsh. So now I'm going to be doing my foundation. I'm using this Revlon whipped foundation in those little jars. I just found out this has been discontinued, which is so upsetting because it's like my favorite drugstore foundation. It's so good. So I am going to probably go buy up some that I can find because this stuff is just amazing. And I'm just applying that with this e.l.f. Brush. And applying that all over. The color is a little dark right now, but I did like just get a spray tan in this video, so it ended up blending in just fine. Now I'm taking the MAC highlighter pen, and this is the color Medium Plus. They now have more like skin tone colors instead of just like the light pink or the light yellow that they always used to make. This is more of a skin tone shade, but they do run a little light, so Medium Plus is still super light on me. So I'm just blending that in with the same brush I used on my eyes and getting that nice under my eye because I want my eyes to be very bright as usual. I like the eyes to have sort of a brightness, and then I did put it sort of down the center of my face as well. And then to set that, I'm going to be using the Extra Light Studio Fix Perfecting Powder. I've talked about this in like my last couple videos. It is like holy grail, like the best powder, the only powder I will use under my eyes pretty much. It's just amazing powder, and it's very smoothing, so I love that. So just using that, like I said, to kind of set my under eye area. I kind of packed on the powder, but I didn't let it like sit there and bake. I immediately just blended it in because if I, pretty much any powder I let set and bake, my skin looks dry as hell and it is not cute. So I steer away from doing that for sure. To set the rest of my face, I'm using this Laura Mercier loose like mineral powder in the color Natural Beige. I haven't used this in a long time. I actually just found this in the back of my drawer. And I do really like this powder. It's very smoothing. It's kind of like the loose, it looks to me like the loose version of the mineralized powder from MAC. So it's kind of that natural skin finish kind of look. But I wanted to use it because I haven't used it in a while, and it worked out pretty well. So for bronzing and contouring, I'm using Hoola by Benefit, which I also haven't used in a long time. I, again, saw this in my drawer, kind of in the back, and I've wanted to use some like newer things, so I wasn't using the same thing in every video for you guys. So yeah, I'm using this just to bronze and contour with this little Morphe brush. I really like this bronzer. It's super like neutral, not too red, which you guys know I really like something that's more neutral, so it works out really well. I'm actually really interested to try the Hoola Light as well, just to see what that looks like. So for blush, I'm using this new MAC Extra Dimension blush in the color Faux Sure. And it's just like this most perfect, like pinky, peachy, bronzy kind of color. It's one of those things that like it has a little bit of every undertone, so it really goes with any kind of makeup look you're wearing, but especially something like this where everything's a lot warmer. And then for the highlight, this is the Wet n Wild highlight in Precious Petals. Extremely intense. This highlighter is so intense. I feel like lately I've been going overboard. I think I said that in my last video, with my highlight has felt like I put too much on. I think I'm just getting a lot of texture in my skin right now. As I said, I'm going through some hormonal stuff, so I then blended it out with this brush that I used for my blush, just so it wasn't like too crazy. Now to finish the under eye, we're going back with the same colors I used on top pretty much. So I'm doing Goldenrod first, blended underneath with a MAC 217. And then after that, we're taking the Up at Dawn color, which is the, orange Newsflash color, and blending that under my eye a little bit. And then using a flat brush, I am taking the I'm Into It color and blending that under my eye. As usual, like I like to do, just to get that nice gradient under the eye and have that sort of blended, blown out look. I like going in with the fluffier brushes first for that particular reason, so it's nice and blown out. And then we're going to go in with the MAC Graph Black Pencil. These are my favorite eyeliners, the twist up ones. So creamy, and they stay on really long. And this particular color is just the black one. And after I put that in my eye, I'm just going to blend it down with this brush. So after this, we're going to start trying on the lip colors.
Okay, so here's the first lip color, and this is the shade No Shade, and it's just a really super nude, like orangey brownish nude. I'm pretty tan right now because I just got a spray tan today, so it's definitely a lot lighter. The other day I kind of had like no tan, and it was more of like a creamsicle nude, kind of like you saw a lot more of the orange. I do have it on top of a lip balm right now to help my lips, because you know they're always usually really dry, so I'm trying to like just constantly soak them in lip balm, especially when I'm filming. So it looks a little more shiny right now, but it's definitely a true matte. It stayed fairly well the other day when I wore it, although I did kind of get that gross butthole lip thing where the inside kind of wore off, and then, you know, you could see like kind of a dry edge, which I don't like. And I know that you kind of get that when you wear super light nude colors. You'll, you know, once it wears down, you can really see it, you know, compared to like, you know, the natural lip color that's in there. But it is a really nice color, and I definitely think it goes super well with the look. Okay, so here's the next color, and this is called Hot Fire. This was actually the whole reason I bought these lip colors, was because I saw this one, and I was intending to just get this one originally, but then when I was on the website, I was kind of like, I'm going to be disappointed if I don't just get the rest of them that I really want, so I might as well. So that's why I got the other ones. But this was like the number one that I was really excited about. The color is like insane. It's so pretty. Extremely bright, like extremely bright. It's very neon. I definitely love the color. I think the color is really pretty. I just don't love the formula of this one. When I wore this the other day, I wore it to work, and it was like a couple hours in, like maybe 2 hours in, I was already getting that like gross butthole lip like I talked about with the last one. But it was like coming off in the center, and it didn't like layer well. Like when I wear MAC ones, or when I wear Sephora ones, which are my two favorite liquid lipsticks, I can layer them. Ooh, get my teeth. I can layer them, and they layer really nicely, and they don't kind of get crumbly. Like with this one, when I layered it, it got super like crumbly and thick looking. To me, this one in particular feels super thick, and as soon as you like try to go over it after it's dried a little bit, it like goops up, and it looks really gross and kind of this very thick, dry, I don't know, weird look. So, and it keeps getting on my teeth. So this one for me, it's disappointing because like the color is so perfect, but I just hate the formula. I don't like it at all. Okay, so here is the final color, and this is called Sauvage, and this is like so pretty. I really like this one, and I've actually not worn it yet. The first time I used it was on my eyes today, so I won't know like anything about the wear time, like if it has that weird thick goopy crusty look that this one gets after a while. but first glance it feels a little different than the orange one. I'm wondering, like, since this is so neon, I feel like things that are super neon, especially with lip colors, tend to end up being more like drying and like thick and kind of crusty feeling, because of the amount of like neon pigment that's like packed into things like this. If this is anything like, you know, other matte lip colors I've used, I find that like the really neon bright ones tend to be like harder to work with. So I'm being hopeful that this one is not going to be the same, because this color is so perfect. Like the perfect dark red purple that doesn't have too much red or purple. It's like a great middle of the road, maybe even a little brown in it. It's really, really pretty. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. And like I said, it went on a lot smoother feeling than the orange one did. So I think this one is going to be like a hit. I think it's going to be really good. And it wasn't patchy. I find that a lot of really dark colors like this tend to be patchy and you kind of have to build them up. But this one was actually pretty easy. I've had a lot harder time with other ones before, and this one was not bad at all. I think it went on super nice. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked the lip colors with the look. I had really a lot of fun filming this video. I think the look came out like so perfect, exactly what I wanted. So thank you so much for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you next time. Bye.